Hello and welcome back, my dear ladies. I'm Tanya, your host, and today I have another amazing goddess here in the studio. It's Alice. Welcome, Alice.
Thank you so much. Yeah, super excited to be here and really excited to answer all these questions and have a good chat.
Yeah, let's start right here. So Alice is from the UK and she hypnotizes people. Ooh.
Yes.
And with the hypnosis, she helps them to overcome limiting beliefs and totally change their lives. Alice, what exactly do you do?
Yeah, so basically I'm all about really unleashing the real person within you. You know, I find that women kind of play very small. Sometimes they kind of find themselves trapped in this box that they've been placed within. And then they suddenly get to a point and they're like, it's enough. You know, I really want to be the real me. I really want to meet my needs. I really want to do what I want to do. And that's definitely where I come in. And I'm all about eliminating and breaking free from those restrictions, so that you can use the power and confidence that you already have to create the reality that you want. And this is the beautiful thing, you know, I really do believe that everything that we do want is right here. We just need to step into that mindset of, yes, I can have it and I'm open to receiving it. And that's the beauty of hypnosis. Yeah.
Cool. And you say that you mainly hypnotize women or also men, or?
Yeah, this is the thing. Like, I find actually that a lot of men do come to me, and I love working with both. For sure. Yes, you know, we kind of have this energy, right, where women can feel that they're playing quite small, but same for men. You know, they really can feel quite restricted, that they can't be their real selves. So a lot of them do come to me as well. Yeah.
Super.
Yeah.
Okay. Do you want to give us a few examples of breakthroughs that your client have? What happens to them after the hypnosis?
Yeah, I mean,
tell our clients.
just so much. Everybody's journey is different, which is so beautiful. Because the thing with hypnosis is that some people they feel the results immediately, but for other people, they kind of have that instant uplift and energy, but then they spot things down the line, maybe 1 week later or a couple of months later. And even clients that I saw 2 years ago will still message me and say, this happened. And I really recognize that. So it is a gift that keeps on giving. But in terms of the things that have happened, actually many things. So there was one man that comes to mind that I worked with. He's a copywriter and he tripled his income in 1 week. It was phenomenal. He really just completely transformed and changed. It was beautiful. Another thing, God, there's so many different stories really. Actually, it would be good to probably talk about what people come to me for, because I do find that there's like 4 common themes.
Okay.
So number 1 is always confidence, and the second one is money. Usually the third one is productivity, but the last one is love. And I find a lot of people not only want to connect to themselves and kind of find out who they are and what their purpose is, but to then kind of go one step further and share that with someone else. So love is also a huge thing that I see people for. So yeah, in terms of money, like this guy comes to mind, he tripled his income. In terms of productivity, especially in a day and age where there's a lot of technology, right? Social media is playing a lot in our lives, and I find a lot of people, I'm really helping them to kind of detach from that and just to truly focus and sit down on what they want to create. Because there can be a lot of fear and anxiety when we want to really create something, create a business or change our life path. So I do work a lot with kind of eliminating those fears so that you can just move forward and do what you want to do. Yeah, just so many stories that I could share. Even a lady comes to mind, like she just completely transformed her art, for example. She's selling it so wonderfully, and that's such a joy to see. Also, another lady I've worked with, she's now speaking on stage, really working in sustainable energy resources and all this kind of stuff. So yeah, it's a beautiful number of stories.
Cool. Yeah, it's often just us blocking and limiting ourselves, right? We are with our beliefs, we block ourselves and we stop ourselves to.
Yeah, and this is the thing, as we're growing up, we have a lot of different experiences, and for some people, those experiences could mean nothing, but for other people, they really do have an impact. They can change how you think, how you feel, and what you do. And this is actually what happens in hypnosis. We kind of go to those moments. We're like a detective, and we connect to your subconscious, which is where all of your hardware is. It's where all of your stories are, all of your memories, all of your coding, so to speak. And by going into that space, into the subconscious, then we can really start to investigate, okay, like when exactly did this problem happen? Like when did you create this belief or this pattern? And once you've got that, once you understand where it comes from, then you can change it. You can really look at it, understand it, and be like, okay, do I want to change it? Do I want to let it go? Do I want to transform it into something else? And once you've done that, then you can really upgrade your beliefs, your behaviors, and your life. Because once you know, that's it. You can change it. You have the power then. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. And how exactly does it work? I guess this question comes up. Everybody asks Alice this question. Yes. How does it work?
Yeah, so this is the thing. So I would say that every hypnotherapist is a little different. Every hypnotherapist has their own techniques. I'm very focused on rapid eye movement, because if you go into rapid eye movement, which is so easy, then it builds a bridge between the conscious and the subconscious. And like I just explained, we want to get to the subconscious because this is where everything is stored. Ever since the time you're conceived, like your mind is recording 24/7. And this is your database, this is your library. And of course, consciously, we can't remember everything, but the subconscious, it's got your back. It remembers everything. So by going into rapid eye movement, that builds the bridge into your subconscious. And then from there, we kind of go on a journey together. I say, look, we're going to get in this car together, and I'm in the driving seat, I've got the wheel, but you have the map. And we're going to go on a journey, and we're going to investigate together about where this problem is and why it's there. And once we've got there, it's kind of like we're going to do some very deep gardening, okay? Because in everybody's garden, you have beautiful flowers, you have all of these seeds that can grow, but in any garden, we also have some weeds. So I'm like, we're going to go and we're going to find these weeds, and we're going to rip them out in the nicest way possible. We're going to take them out, and then we're going to pour some weed killer on them and make sure that they never come back, so that your garden can flourish and be abundant and be a really healthy, thriving place, and to create whatever you want, right? If you want to plant a little bit of this, then you can. If you want to plant some of that, you can. You can be confident in knowing that the weeds aren't going to hinder that growth anymore.
Perfect.
That's the best way to explain it.
Yeah. And most people, they imagine you holding the pendulum in front of their eyes, and they're going to fall asleep.
Yeah, and this is the thing, right? Like when you look at movies, for example, like I can't remember, it's a particular horror movie that came out a couple of years ago. I think it's Get Out. I may be wrong, but they use hypnosis in this horror movie a lot. And unfortunately, hypnosis has such a bad rap. People are worried that it involves some kind of, I don't know, voodoo or bad energy or something like that. Absolutely not. You are simply just accessing another part of yourself, which is already there. Just like you would meditate, this is like a way deeper level, and you're really accessing something which is just within you. And that place is a good place to be. If you're a Harry Potter fan, for example, I always say, look, we're going to go into your room of requirement, and you want something, no problem. We're going to go into your room of requirement, and we're going to find what you need to seek. That's as simple as that. Yeah, thanks to the movies. Thanks, movies. You've done a good job of giving hypnosis a bad name, but yeah, it's nothing like that.
No.
Yeah.
And then the women or your clients can step into that role they want to be in, the life they want to have, right?
Yes, absolutely. And I feel like we're talking a lot about Harry Potter today, but also I was on social media a couple of months ago, and this woman kind of joked, "Oh, I'm just waiting for my letter from Hogwarts," you know. And I replied, and I was like, "Look," I said, "you've got your letter to Hogwarts already. Like, you are a magician. You know, we all have the tools within us to create whatever we want. So take your Hogwarts letter, because you have it already, and you can create whatever you want from that." Yeah, lots of Harry Potter today.
Okay. Create your Harry Potter life.
Yeah, for sure, because we do have magic within us. Everything is there. We just got to pick up the tools and have the belief to use them. Yeah.
And how does it make you feel that you can transform so many people's life in a good way?
I love my job. You know, I love my job so much. And you know, I think the reason we do anything right is because of our own experiences. You know, when I was kind of growing up until about the age of 25, I was a good girl. You know, I did everything that my parents told me. I studied hard, grade 8 student, and just worked very hard, a lot of energy, a lot of hustle, and equally a lot of people pleasing, you know, just trying to be a good girl. But obviously there gets a point where the straw breaks the camel's back. And for me, that was the age of 25. I was like, okay, I've done everything I've been told to, but I'm still not happy. So, you know, I'm really glad that I actually listened to my higher self, that I really listened to my inner calling. I knew that I had to do things differently. And yeah, up until that point, I was working in psychology. You know, I studied psychology and was working as a psychologist for a long time. And of course, I still love that, but I completely changed direction. I went traveling for 12 years because I had to find out who I was, what I needed, what I even liked, what I didn't like, all of that stuff. And that journey really kind of brought me full circle, you know, back to the point where I was like, okay, I've really learned so much about myself, and don't get me wrong, I'm still always learning, like all of us. But I was like, right, I'm now in a spot where I just really want to pass that gift to other women, other men, to really empower them to face their fears, like really push their boundaries and really achieve what they want to in this lifetime, right? What's life about a little bit of adventure and challenge to see what you can really do? I like pushing the boundaries because I want to see what's possible. Yeah.
Great. How was this gift brought to you?
Good question.
This hypnosis. Because you were a psychologist before, but how did you find out about hypnosis? How did you find out that you could possibly work with it?
Yeah, that's a great question. I would say that it was yet again a bit of a slow burn. When I was in university, I was so blessed to have a professor who did a whole module on hypnosis at the time, which I don't think many universities were doing. And I found this module so fascinating. And you know, he went into research and studies about people who were actually having surgery under hypnosis, for example. That's how powerful the mind is, you know, for you to be undergoing surgery and still be completely relaxed, not feel any pain. You know, this is how powerful your mind is. So I loved that module, but I didn't think any more of it. And when I was working as a psychologist in the National Health Service in the UK, at that time, for hypnosis to be even included in the services, unspeakable, you know. People were very much focusing on cognitive behavioral therapy or psychotherapy, all of these kind of things. But at that time, even though I was getting great results with the clients I was working with, I just knew that I was not getting to the root of the problem. And if we did get to the root of the problem, I knew that maybe that wasn't going to be permanent. You know, this is the thing. When you go into therapy for weeks and weeks and weeks, and like, you know, you're trying to find things out, and then maybe you reach a breakthrough eventually, but then maybe it's going to come back. And I thought there just has to be a different way. I kind of compare it like you're going to the dentist. If you have toothache, Do you want a dentist who's going to pull this tooth out of you bit by bit each week? Or you just want to go for like one session and just have it taken out, right? What are you going to choose? You're going to choose for the toothache to be removed. So when I knew that I really wanted to go back to psychology, I was like, okay, I want to do it a different way. And it was a friend who said to me, look, you should really think about hypnosis. You know, you say you want these results to be permanent. You say that you want this process to be as easy as possible for people. Do hypnosis. So I did my research, and yeah, the minute I really looked into it, I was like, this is it. This is the way I want to work with people. Went back to school, studied hard, and here we are. So yeah, it's the way I love to work. It really is. Yeah.
You're changing so many people's life, so many women's life, and I know I've seen them myself, and yeah, your work is a true blessing for everyone.
It's a pleasure. Yeah, it really is a pleasure. Yeah, why hide or diminish the true value that we can contribute to, not only to ourselves but to others and the world. You know, it's good to have an impact. Don't hide those superpowers. Yeah,
show them.
Yeah, absolutely.
Okay, and how can people contact you if they want the superpowers to come out and shine?
Yeah, so there's many ways. If you want to go to my website, then it's www.speaktoalice.com. But you can also just reach me on Instagram at Speak to Alice, and also Facebook. You can just look up my name. I'm sure Tanya's going to write it down, but it's Alice Nestlingen, and you can find me on Facebook too.
Yeah, all the links will be below. And what's the normal product that you offer?
So basically, there's a number of ways that you can work with me, and basically I always have a chat with my clients before we really get into the hypnosis, because I really want to find out about what you want to create. You know, what do you want to eliminate? What do you want to create? How do you want to transform? And just really visualizing that together. Then when we move into the services that we can do together, like, we are on point, we're laser focused. But I find that there's two main ways. So some people simply want to do hypnosis with me, and usually people just see me for one session, like one problem, one session. Like, that's how quick and rapid it is. But equally, some people really want to continue that support. So after the hypnosis, what happens in that is basically we are, like I said, kind of clearing the garden, you know, making sure that all the weeds are gone, and we're kind of reconfiguring your hardware so that after that session, you can upgrade your software. And this is part of that hypnosis service. You know, in the session, we're clearing the weeds, but after your session, you will get a hypnotic audio from me, which is so unique to you. And it's kind of your job to listen to that recording every day for 21 days after the session. It's usually like a 15 to 20 minute track. But that's the beauty of it, because you are continually upgrading your software after the session. So that's what some people just want to do. They just want to do that. But of course, if you really want to kind of then use your brand new mindset to take action, then this is where my coaching services come in. Because once you have the mindset, you want to take action, right? And I'll really guide you on what action to take, how to bring that into reality, and move forward from there. So yeah, plenty of ways to work together. It's just about what you need at this time.
Okay. Thank you, Alice.
Yes, it's a pleasure.
Likewise, it was a pleasure for me too. And thanks for listening. I hope to see you again next time. Bye.